top of you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Miami Dolphins and the Washington Commanders. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Gibson to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now try to pick it up on third. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. A give up the middle to Gibson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 41, Powell, 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Commanders, they were quite formidable in the win over Philly a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Play fake. Mayfield. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Mayfield. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Mayfield to throw it. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Sanders is good, and that'll do it for the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Sanders now to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing here, Howell. He completes this to Cole Turner. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 36. Straight ahead, Gibson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Powell. And this is going to be incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
Blankenship's kick is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Was that a design pass or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Mayfield on play action. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 43. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Mayfield off the play fake. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Mayfield now. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Mayfield's throw here taken in by Gesicki. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd in the yard. Throwing, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
In motion, Hill. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Final play of the half, Mayfield. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And Charles, of interest here, that last throw is going to put him over 20,000 yards passing for his career. And that's not a bad number.
You're exactly right about that. And even though it's nowhere near the top of the leaderboard, because when you think about it, Brady and Breeze, they've done that 4 times over. But when you hit 20,000, let's face it, only a little over 100 guys have ever done that in the NFL. It's worthy of some applause.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 26. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Mayfield looks to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Eluding the pressure right, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now Hill to return it. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their 25-yard line. On 1st down, Howell. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Howell, he'll look to throw it. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
Here's Tressway now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. Watch out for Hill on the return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. And they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. It's fielded at the 45. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell. Taking a shot for Samuel. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete. So they say no to the penalty. The incompletion stands. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And what they want to do is go ahead and take those downs away from them. You never want to give extra snaps to any offense. That's how you get hurt.
A handoff for Gibson. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That's complete to Turner. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Gibson will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Robinson is going backwards as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Howell, third and goal. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Mayfield. It's Hill, complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Here's Baker. Connecting with Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Now Mayfield. Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Mayfield to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Sanders on for the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins have just about sewn up this football game. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And what is going on here? I've got 3rd down. Screen shows 3rd down, but they've got the punt team out there. Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose. Inside the 20. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. And that score should be the proverbial icing on the old cake.
What kind of cake?
I go white cake, peanut butter frosting.
I like the way you think, and I think they may celebrate with exactly that cake when this game's over.
I'm going down to the locker room.
Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for Miami, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Washington, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco.
My day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we eat. Came other way.